As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
One of the worst performances of my career, and they never doubted it for a second.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
I believe there's a hero in all of us that keeps us honest, gives us strength, makes us noble.
You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
Son of a bitch. He stole my life.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Welcome to the official first ever Shot by Shot Podcast Awards. This has been a long time coming. We're so thankful to everyone who's been listening up to this point that, we've made it close to a year now doing this podcast. We've had so much fun doing it. And now it's time to celebrate the winners of many of our favorite films of the 2023 film year. You definitely want to stick around for these, especially our best original screenplay, which took a lot of behind the scenes debates. That's going to be a very fun award, especially. You do not want to miss, but let's get right into it. Oscar, present us with the award for Best Supporting Actor.
So yes, the Best Supporting Actor category. So the nominees, we have Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers.
Don't make it my fault.
It is your fault. You were supposed to be looking after me.
I told you to stop.
You said you washed your hands of me.
No, I meant it metaphorically.
Of course you meant it metaphorically. What were you gonna do? Actually go and wash your hands?
Coleman Domingo for The Color Purple.
No.
I didn't say that. Did I ever ask you for anything? Not even your old sorry hand in marriage. Come on, Celie, let's go.
Mark Ruffalo in Poor Things.
Fuck. You hold yourself.
What you are now going to explain to me is bad. Can I never win with you?
It is the worst thing women can do.
Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer.
The President of the United States needs to know about it.
And Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon.
Public outcry for a while, but then you know what happens? People forget. They don't remember. They don't care. They just don't care. It's just going to be another everyday common tragedy.
And the winner for this category was Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer by a pretty big landslide for all of us, to be honest. But yeah, very much deserved.
Very deserved one.
Very deserved. Robert Downey Jr. has won the first ever Golden Shot Glass.
Yeah, that was a big lock category, just like the Oscars for us. Next, we have Best Supporting Actress, a category that was pretty weak for the Oscars, but we've decided them, so it's a strong category for us. So the nominees for Best Supporting Actress: Divine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers.
Curtis used to love Audie Shaw. We used to dance to this. What teenage kid listens to Audie Shaw?
Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer. Penelope Cruz in Ferrari.
You're supposed to save him.
You blame me for his death?
Yes, because you promised me he wouldn't die.
Scarlett Johansson in Asteroid City.
Beginning of something, Augie.
Isn't it?
Is it?
Probably not.
Unless maybe it is.
I don't like the way that guy looked at us.
What guy?
The alien.
Well, how did he look
Like we're doomed.
And Sandra Hüller in The Zone of Interest.
Das hier ist die Mauer vom Lager. Ja, das ist die Lagermauer. Also da haben wir auch noch Wein gepflanzt, damit das zuwächst.
And the winner is Divine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers.
Nice Philly win.
Yeah, very deserved. Very deserved.
Very
Great
deserved.
win.
Like we said, it wasn't the strongest category in the Oscars, but it was definitely a strong winner for sure. So now we can move on to Best Leading Actor. Our nominees for Best Leading Actor are Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers.
Didn't trick me or slip the leash. I took him to see his father. In fact, I convinced him to do so.
Cillian Murphy.
Was that conclusion? Except it's the most remote possibility. How remote? Chances are near zero. Near zero. What do you want from theory alone?
Leonardo DiCaprio in Killers of the Flower Moon.
What was that?
Trinick. That's how you are.
I don't know what she said, but it must have been Indian for handsome devil.
Bradley Cooper in Maestro.
Too much, isn't it? Too much. I love too much. What can I say? But I'm reining it in. I'm reining it in.
And Koji Yakusho in Perfect Days.
嘘絶対思い出してないくせに
And the winner for Best Leading Actor is, by no surprise, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. I think that was a pretty easy decision for us.
Very much so. But yeah, strong category. Minus Bradley Cooper.
That was a great pick to be in there. I'm very happy Koji Yakusho's in there though, because he is a very
for sure
on the year. So
it was better than the Oscars. Yeah, Bradley Cooper did still sneak in, but it's a strong category.
He deserves to be there.
No, well deserved.
Yeah, and for our next category, for the Best Leading Actress, the nominees we had Emma Stone in Poor Things.
What? So Bella's so much to discover? And your sad face makes me discover angry feelings for you.
If you tell me one damaging piece of information about
Has
yourself.
bloomed and
No,
died,
it
my
hasn't.
friend. We are in a whole new world now. We are talking about where in relation to yours my office is going to be,
No.
and we need to start talking about my title.
What? No, we are not talking about that. Are you insane?
Lily Gladstone in Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra Hüller in Anatomy of a Fall.
You're not a victim. Not at all. Your generosity conceals something dirtier and meaner.
And Greta Lee in Past Lives.
Same city at the same time.
Yeah, wouldn't that make this Indian?
And the winner is Emma Stone in Poor Things. Definitely a close race, but I'm happy we decided on that. Definitely my number one.
Yeah, I think it was the most that category, and it was really, really difficult to pick the nominees, but picking the winner, I think, was pretty easy on that one.
Yeah, Sandra Hüller with the double Golden Shot Glass nomination.
Oh yeah,
big one for her.
Thoroughly deserved. Great year.
Totally. We have Best Cinematography. As I always say on this podcast, to me, cinema is all about music and picture, and the picture is easily one of the most important elements, which is why we treat this award with so much importance. And I couldn't be happier with our nominees, which are Timo Salminen for Fallen Leaves, Lucas Zale for The Zone of Interest, Robert Yeoman for Asteroid City,
Come out. Good memory. Why'd they cut it?
Running time? Now I'm First Lady in Waiting to the Queen Consort and Fruit of a Withering Vine.
Maria von Hauswolf for Godland, Franz Lustig for Perfect Days, apologize if I mispronounced any of those names because, as you may have noticed, only one of our nominees is American. But the winner for Best Cinematography is Robert Yeoman for Asteroid City. This was a very difficult one to decide on, but I think that the right guy got it. Wes Anderson brings every frame of painting approach to every single one of his films, and his films might not be for everyone from a story perspective necessarily, but I think there's no denying his incredible cinematography and just uses the camera in such creative ways at all times. So think very deserving award with such precision to every detail in the composition.
Lucas Sal robbed criminal.
To be honest, any of these could have won, and it would have been deserving. Like all five are absolutely would be deserving, but Robert Yeoman walks away with the golden shot glass.
Asteroid City was hugely snubbed at the Oscars, but they will not be missing out here. This is the first of many nominations for the film.
Well deserved.
And next, we have Best Editing. And the nominations are... Okay, the nominations for Best Editing are Jennifer Lame for Oppenheimer.
We freely used the atomic bomb. In fact, Doctor, you assisted in selecting the target to drop the atomic bomb on Japan, didn't you? Yes. Well, then you knew, did you not, that by dropping that atomic bomb on the target you selected, that thousands of civilians would be killed or injured. Is that correct?
Barney Pilling and Caroline Rowlands for Asteroid City.
So shout and cry.
How could you?
How couldn't I?
How couldn't you?
That's what I'm asking.
It was over already. You were free. What's the point of committing suicide when there's nothing left to escape?
Maybe that was the problem all along.
Selma Schoonmaker for Killers of the Flower Moon.
I was sitting right here, and I saw Byron Burkhardt driving Anna Brown right down this road.
Kevin Tent for The Holdovers. And Paul Watts for The Zone of Interest. And the winner for Best Editing is Jennifer Lame for Oppenheimer, just like the Oscars. Very well deserved.
Very much deserved.
That was a very easy award to decide. Next up, we have, I think, one of the most important awards, Best International Feature. I think that it's hard to really understand the full possibilities of what this art form can be until you venture into, films from other countries where they have very different ways of making films and telling stories through cinema all over the world. And I think, expanding into international films is super important, which is why we love to promote overseas films and give credit with awards like this. So our nominees for Best International Feature are stacked year, by the way, in this category. Very tough to decide. But out of Finland, Fallen Leaves.
En ole koskaan nauranut niin paljon.
Tapaammeko siis vielä?
Haluaisitko?
Kovastikin.
Out of Canada, Rice Boy Sleeps.
이제 우리 둘만 있는 거야. 동현이랑 엄마만.
Out of Japan, Godzilla -1.
아래가 고지라.
Out of the United Kingdom, The Zone of Interest.
Das hier ist die Mauer vom Lager. Ja, das ist die Lagermauer.
And out of Japan, Perfect Days.
今は今。
今度は今度。今は今。
And the winner for Best International Feature is Wim Wenders' masterpiece, Perfect Days. Very well-deserved film. Such a beautifully meditative film, which is, like I just said, so different in terms of its approach to storytelling and narrative structure from anything you'll see in America pretty much. And it's such a unique but beautiful, very intimate human story, which we cannot recommend enough. We just found out before the episode is getting a Criterion release soon. So if you're not getting this film in theaters, definitely check it out once you can on streaming.
Yeah, this was one we could not decide between. There was a three-way tie between Rice Boy Sleeps, Godzilla, and Perfect Days. And so Japan's really the winner here with two of the top three.
And a bunch of people that didn't get nominations like Monster, which unfortunately were left off of the list because it was just a stacked year for Asian cinema as a whole.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And for our next award, we are on to Best Animated Feature. A pretty good category this year. I think we've got some better nominees than kind of other award shows, but some of the same. So the nominees are A Across the Spider-Verse, Joaquin Dos Santos, Justin K. Thompson, and Kemp Powers.
¿Qué es eso que esto no es my fault? Tú estás tomando una clase en Spanglish.
I just missed a few classes.
Oh, just a few classes. Well, what's a few?
I mean, you know, like 5.
5?
The Boy and the Heron from Hayao Miyazaki.
Place that I could.
You should know that strange occurrences do happen here.
Super Mario Bros. From Michael Yalanik and Aaron Horvath.
When your sync is in trouble, you could call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
It's me, Mario, and the Luigi.
Robot Dreams from Pablo Berger. And Suzume from Makoto Shinkai.
Ooh, hey, you want to stay? Stay.
And the winner for Best Animated Feature is Across the Spider-Verse. Very well deserved. My number one of the year, and opposite to the Oscars. But yeah, I wasn't sad that Boy and the Heron won, because I love getting some Miyazaki recognition. But yeah, this is an incredible film and absolute standout in animation and where it's taking that kind of area of cinema.
I think Mario Bros was robbed.
Yeah, Rob.
Just glad it wasn't,
honestly.
No, I do. Shout out to Miyazaki though, because he made it a very tough race. I think for everyone, it was kind of a weaker year for animation mostly, but I think the top two is very front loaded for everyone, with two of the best animated films of the decade for sure. So Spider-Verse,
yeah, definitely.
Just such creative range with their animation style and storytelling. It was an incredible accomplishment of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not manage to get Boy in the Heron, or I didn't get to see it, but I've got the Spider-Verse poster, so I very much like that. I'm glad it won.
Nice.
And glad that Super Mario did not win.
I'm very excited to see Robot Days, though. I think I'm really going to like that one from what I've heard.
Yeah, it's a solid film. Next, we have the VFX category. A category not usually known for giving the smaller guys the awards, although this year the Oscars with Godzilla, thankfully they finally won something, got some international recognition outside of the usual categories. And so yeah, our nominations for visual effects are Godzilla -1, Poor Things, John Wick Chapter 4, and The Creator. And the winner is Godzilla -1. Another win for Japan coming out of the shot by shot awards. We absolutely loved Godzilla. Thought it was one of the best films of the year, and just in general, never mind from international cinema. So we had to give it something in here, and visual effects was the very clear winner. A 15 million budget, a very different budget compared to the other movies nominated here. So it is a very well deserved winner for this award.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was so happy when this won at the actual Oscars, and yeah, it's awesome to see it win. It was I'm a big critic of CGI, and Godzilla's a practical effect franchise, so the fact that I had no complaints about it says a lot, because they just did a phenomenal job with this film.
It was a strong year. John Wick, there's a lot of hidden CGI that you wouldn't even think of once you see it. And Poor Things, I really loved the CGI in that. And The Creator, of course, that was some of the best CGI we've probably seen in some blockbusters recently. So yeah, this is a strong category.
Yeah, for sure. And for our next award, we have Best Stunts, a category that the Oscars has been sorely been missing for years and needs to add in. They recently announced they are adding a new category for casting, but we have heard nothing on Best Stunts. So the nominations for Best Stunts: The Killer, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, Extraction 2,
sequence that's over 20 minutes long, where we have real helicopters landing on the rooftop of moving trains.
That sequence was one of the toughest.
I was strapped to or moving on top of a speeding train while a real helicopter was landing 3 feet from me.
John Wick Chapter 4, and The Iron Claw. And the award for Best Stunts goes to John Wick Chapter 4. Big round of applause. Good to get some recognition for that. And I think that was the lock-in for pretty much all of us. So impressive. Such an incredible film. And yeah, stunt men and women need to get more recognition. It's crazy. But yeah, we were very happy to add this category in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Possibly the biggest lock of the night. John Wick is the stunts movie. It's a stunts franchise, so there could be no other winner.
For sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
I just know it's the right choice from everything I've heard. So
Oh, you definitely need to check it out.
I do. I gotta get around to watching 2 and 3 is my problem. One of the most important awards, obviously, I'm very big on the audio and the importance of that in film. And I think we are currently living in the golden age of sound design in film, and it just keeps getting better and better. It's such a big part of what makes the cinematic experience something different from other ways of experiencing film. And it really is what can truly captivate you and immerse you in these worlds. And I just cannot put enough importance on sound design. I think it's such an unsung hero of pretty much every film, at least of the modern age. So our nominees for Best Sound Design are Beau is Afraid.
Oh, don't curse me, my friend. I'm not the one.
Oh my God.
5 more now.
I'll call the police!
Perfect Days. Ferrari. And the Zone of Interest. And the winner is The Zone of Interest. I think this is another one we were very happy to see it take home the Oscar, because you get to choose what you see. You can't choose what you hear. And that is the entire point of The Zone of Interest, and just uses sound design to really horrify you, despite looking at some of the most beautiful images of the year. And just the storytelling and contrast between sound and picture is such a huge part of that film, and why it is such a frightening experience of a film and immerses you in that sound landscape. Truly moving the sound of the craft of sound and film forward in an artistic way, an innovative way. So very well deserved against some very tough nominees.
Definitely had some of the best, or the most interesting use of sound, at least this year.
Oh yeah, definitely the best of the year for me. No doubt, no doubt. Very happy with that one.
Okay, next we have our most interesting category yet, probably the most interesting in our award show that's going to happen. we could not decide who was going to win this. There's been too many great original screenplays from this year, and we were conflicted between all of them. We all wanted a different winner, and particularly didn't want some to win, so we could not decide on this one. But our nominees are Past Lives by Celine Song.
여기도 오고 그러니까 좀 이상한 생각이 많아지네.
무슨 생각?
12년 전에 그때 내가
Asteroid City by Wes Anderson and Roman Coppola.
Where are you going?
I'll be right back.
I don't play him as an alien, actually. I play him as a metaphor. That's my interpretation.
Metaphor for what?
I don't know yet. We don't pin it down.
Time Still Turns the Pages by Nick Jurek.
近排我嗰班有個學生寫咗封遺書，想自殺。
Anatomy of a Fall by Justin Trudeau and Arthur Harari.
You're petrified by your own fucking standards and your fear of failure. This is the truth.
Rice Boy Sleeps by Anthony Shim.
I want you all to build a family tree, but in this instance, I want you to use it to learn something about your family's history.
Mom, what's wrong with my dad? Was he nice?
So as I said, we could not decide between any of these screenplays. We loved them all too much, so we had to find other ways of deciding what was going to win. So we're going to insert a clip of us basically letting the wheel decide who was going to win. And so it would be whoever, if it lands on the film, then the film is out, and last remains wins the award. And we had to add a little something interesting to the award. Since Alex did not want, I'm not going to say any names, but Alex did not want two of these to win, that me and Oscar did. So we had to add something in for him. So we have to add a fifth nominee. So we have added Killer Baby Mama, written by the Jeff Prophet and directed. He's
our Lord and Messiah, Jeff Prophet, our Lord and Savior. All right, so we have officially reached a stalemate. We have a full Good, the Bad, the Ugly Mexican standoff right now. We cannot come to an agreement on what should win Best Original Screenplay. Oscar and Ryan think it should go to Past Lives. I think it should go to Rice Boy Sleeps. Ryan's also pretty pro Rice Boy Sleeps. So since we cannot reach an agreement, we've decided to spin a wheel, but because the odds would be stacked against me, we have thrown the one that I really want to pick, which is Time Still Turns the Pages. But that one, they can't watch even if they want to. So the only way we would really have that is through this gambling. But because we like to gamble, we're making it fun just to up the stakes. We are throwing into the mix the one and the only Jeff Prophet's masterpiece from 2023, Killer Baby Mama, in the mix. What will win the shot by shot
nomination
original screenplay? Let's spin the fucking wheel.
You actually gonna put it in there?
So this is our first four. Adding in Killer Baby Mama.
And it's the last one. It's the last one standing. Is the
if
winner.
it gets picked, yeah, it's eliminated.
Wait,
Okay,
you have
so
Anatomy
what
of
will
a
be the
Fall
first
there,
one?
or it should be another one for Past Lives, or are you just doing Anatomy of a Fall?
What?
Yeah, Anatomy of a Fall was part. Is it not part of it?
Oh, I thought it was we were giving
Oh.
Past Lives 2 spots.
Okay, yeah.
Were we?
Yes, we're go for.
Oh,
Wait,
you do Anatomy of a Fall in there. I don't care.
Yeah.
All right, let's
I
do
think
it.
it's better to put Anatomy of a Fall in there.
Let's
rather
run
than
it.
two
Let's
Past
fucking
Lives.
run it.
Okay. That's like, please don't.
Please, Rise Boy
Oh,
Sleeps
Baby
out.
Mama. All right, get Past Lives the fuck out of there.
Oh
No!
All right, get the fuck out. Good shit. Get that the fuck out of here.
No.
Anatomy of a Fall is out.
Oh,
Killer
God.
Baby Mama lives on to fight another day. I'm really
Oh,
Please not Past Lives. Please not Past Lives.
oh no.
Yes.
No, no, no,
Yes.
no,
Come
no.
on.
We've still,
Yes.
we've still got the big boy in.
Come on. Killer
Oh,
Baby
Baby
Mama
Mama's still in there.
Oh my
Prophet
God.
remains.
Come on.
Please.
Oh, it's
Blue.
oh, no.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Oh my god. Why have we done this?
Are we doing it? Are we doing it? the one who gets picked is the winner here?
No, I feel like whoever gets picked is out.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
What do you
just
want to
put
do
that.
here?
I think
Whichever one Prophet doesn't get.
Which one? So
Oh.
whatever it lands on, is that winning or is that out?
That's out.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Oh, please,
Come on,
Killer Baby
Baby
Mama.
Mama.
Oh, yeah.
It's like chopping.
Oh my god.
Let's go. Dude, you cannot make this shit up.
No way.
Killer Baby Mama has officially won the Shot by Shot Award for Best Original Screenplay. Let's fucking go. Jeff Prophet, come get your fucking trophy. What a huge, phenomenal dub. I think this is the award of the night. By far the most accurate one we've gotten right. I'm so happy that we're giving praise to the Prophet himself because, listen, there's some good writers, but Jeff Prophet is the ultimate triple threat of writer, director, and actor. And I just don't think that any other screenplay simply had the poetic quality that Killer Baby Mama had with its rich symbolism and just the words. You know, I criticize dialogue a lot, but Jeff Prophet has proved me wrong that dialogue can be the most powerful form of storytelling.
Oh god,
it's insane to be such a great visual storyteller and have the screenplay to back it. It's unseen stuff.
Mm.
What a win!
And for our next award, we have Best Adapted Screenplay, and nominees are The Zone of Interest, Jonathan Glazer and Lucas Feigerfeld.
I set the story around that particular moment.
Wir müssen den Tatsachen ins Auge sehen. Wir müssen von hier fortgehen.
Nee, du musst von hier fortgehen.
When the actors walked onto set, there was no evidence that they were on a set.
Priscilla, Sophia Coppola.
Of course. Who doesn't?
Well, I'm a friend of his. My wife and I go to his house sometimes when he has people over. He's always glad to see folks from back home. We're going this weekend if you want to join.
Godzilla -1, Takashi Yamazaki. And Killers of the Flower Moon, Eric Roth and Martin Scorsese.
See what about him? See who's doing it.
And the winner is Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer. Very, very deserved win. Great screenplay. I'm sure that we were all kind of locked in for that for the most part. We all thought it was one of the best. So yeah, very much deserving award.
Yeah, Oppenheimer's not dominated our award show quite like it did at the Oscars, but this one we just had to give it. It was undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the screenplay is such a big strength to that film, and just it's Nolan's first real character piece, and the screenplay is just brilliant on so many levels. I really don't think much more needs to be said because it's on a different level. It's no Killer Baby Mama, but it's definitely one of the most impressive of the year. Top 3 most important things in film: 1, music; 2, music; 3, music. And I wish that they recognize this as a major award, as they do, you know, the screenplay awards and the performance awards, because the music's what drives the emotion of the film. It really, for me, is like the entire driving force, what makes the film enjoyable. And I think that, you know, this year there was not too many films that really I felt memorable scores from, unfortunately. But I think the ones that really did have great scores were really, really great. And I think there were some really great ones this year. I just wish there were more. But the quality, I guess you call this year quality over quantity in terms of scores, because we definitely got some incredible quality scores. And our nominees for Best Original Score are Ludwig Göransson for Oppenheimer. Rest in peace to Robbie Robertson for Killers of the Flower Moon, a great composer, done a lot of work with Scorsese. Unfortunately passed away this year, but left us with an incredible score for the Scorsese masterpiece. Naoki Sato for Godzilla -1. Alexander Desplat for Asteroid City. Christopher Bear and Daniel Rosen for Past Lives. And our winner for Best Original Score is the one, the only, the next great composer of the next era, Ludwig Göransson. Every time this guy's name is on a film, you can be damn sure I'm going to watch it, because he just brings his A game at such a young age on such a high level that it's not unrealistic to think that in, a couple decades from now, we're talking about him in the same conversation as people like Hans Zimmer and John Williams and Marconi and all the greats, because he is just knocking it out of the park with every score. And the score of Oppenheimer being the film's biggest strength in a film that has so many strengths. So he's just the fucking man.
It's not ridiculous to say that. It's Tenet, and this back-to-back is legendary stuff.
Insane,
actually.
And Wakanda Forever in the middle there as well. Another great score.
I forgot about that.
Totally. And don't forget his other work with Ryan Coogler, like the Creed 1 and Fruitvale Station.
Even the Mandalorian score is great.
Oh, Mandalorian score. And Boba Fett, the theme, that was fire.
Yeah. Really, really good. Okay, for our next award, we have Best Costume Design. For our nominees, we have Massimo Cantonini Perini for Ferrari, Stacey Batat for Priscilla, Milena Canonero for Asteroid City, Holly Waddington for Poor Things, Jacqueline Duran for Barbie. And the winner for Best Costume Design is Holly Waddington for Poor Things. Just like a lot of other nominations and awards even, and absolutely thoroughly deserved. I'm sure we all kind of agreed on that area. The costumes were just absolutely outstanding and added so much to each character. Very, very much deserved.
Pretty easy award, in my opinion. I thought they knocked it out of the park, so that was not a very difficult one to decide on.
Next up, we have the category that usually goes with costumes. We've got Best Hair and Makeup, and the nominees for Best Hair and Makeup are Priscilla, Evil Dead Rise, Poor Things, Maestro, and Barbie. Yeah, this is a category that usually ignores the stuff like horror, even though I think they should definitely always get one pretty much guaranteed every year. So yeah, I'm happy that we've given some recognition to that, and there's a lot of strong category or nominees for this category this year. But the winner for Best Hair and Makeup is Priscilla. 100% deserved. I just recently watched this, and the hair and makeup is constantly changing throughout the whole film. Kaylee Spaney looks completely different from the start and the end. So yeah, the hair and makeup department really done their job, and they were really important to this movie.
Yeah, I was
absolutely.
I was very angry when they left this off the short list, so I'm very happy that justice was served here. I thought the hair and makeup department in this film absolutely knocked it out of the park with, like Ryan said, the way they age Kaylee Spaney and just the amount of different hairstyles at different eras. Like they just absolutely killed it here on so many levels.
Next up, we have production design, and the nominees are Killers of the Flower Moon by Jack Fisk, Asteroid City by Adam Stockhausen, Barbie by Sarah Greenwood, Zone of Interest by Chris Audie, and Poor Things by James Price and Shora Heath. All insanely impressive production design nominees this year, but there can only be one winner, and of course, the film that I really thought was snubbed from the Oscars, the winner is Asteroid City, fully deserving some of the best production design of the year by far. Just fully deserved in my book. I'm glad to see it getting some wins.
Yeah, how that didn't get an Oscar nomination is truly criminal. I get that they don't like Wes Anderson, but to say that didn't deserve best production design is a typical case of the Oscars neglecting the films that they don't personally enjoy, even if they have good achievements in the technical awards. So once again, justice is served.
Yeah.
Wes Anderson should just be a lock in this category for every year, and they just ignore him.
Next up, we have Best Directorial Debut, a category you see in the DGA Awards, but not the Oscars. And this is such an important award because I think it's important to acknowledge the good up-and-coming artists and the good up-and-coming storytellers in this art form. So we love to give credit to some of the filmmakers of the future, and our nominees for Best Directorial Debut are Celine Song for Past Lives.
In Korean, 인연. It means providence or fate.
Nick Chiok for Time Still Turns the Pages. Danny Gevirtz for I Think I'm Sick.
You know, it just doesn't feel like it's worth trying to get better anymore. I think I'm sick.
Molly Manning Walker for How to Have Sex.
Highly gonna play a game.
Michael and Danny Filippo for Talk to Me. And the winner for Best Directorial Debut is Celine Song for Past Lives. Very impressive directorial debut.
So good. So good.
One of the best directing performances of the year.
Not even best directorial debut, just one of the best directed films of the year, easily. Yeah, very happy to see her pick this up. Love seeing the recognition. Completely snubbed at the Oscars, the whole film, really, especially performances-wise. But yeah, very happy to see this. And for the next award, we are splitting up these awards for a change, just to give more recognition, because that's what we like to do. So, for Best Male Director, the nominees are Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, Ari Aster for Beau is Afraid, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, Wes Anderson for Asteroid City, and Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest. And the winner for Best Male Director goes to Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest. Yes, such an incredibly deserving award. My definitely number one direction of the year, my number one film of the year. And I'm glad we could come to this decision of giving him this award, the Golden Shot Glass.
Yeah, this was a big one we could not decide on, but Oscar was going to cry if we didn't give it to Jonathan Glazer, so we had to.
Had to have some recognition.
Yeah, I personally said, like, I was not part of the discourse. Like, literally, Nolan or Glazer, like, you two decide. I'm totally fine with either, but I'm so happy Glazer got this because Oppenheimer is a great screenplay and kind of leans on a little more, where Glazer, that is just such a true direction of a director, the way he used the contrast, the sound and picture. It's such a specific vision, and he's just an incredible storyteller. I hope it doesn't take him 10 years to do the next one because we need more Glazer movies.
Next, we have the other side of the directors category. We have our best female director. Remember, this is not us saying that they are different in quality. We just wanted to hand out more awards to more directors because it's such a strong year. But our nominees for best female director are Emerald Fennell for Saltburn, Celine Song for Past Lives, Sofia Coppola for Priscilla, Justine Triet for Anatomy of a Fall, Greta Gerwig for Barbie. Such a strong category, I think, for female director this year. But the winner is Sofia Coppola for Priscilla. Again, I just recently watched this and it was excellent directing. We could not decide on this one again because it's such a strong category. But we gave Celine Song directorial debut, so I think that was how we decided to give it to Sofia. Very well deserved.
Yeah, I was pushing very heavy for this film, like very heavy. It was my favorite female directed film of the year. And I think, Sofia Coppola is a veteran in the game and she's just, on top of her game now with this film, coming off of the Elvis movie last year and having to direct the actors and coming off that with the Austin Butler giving everyone his own image of Elvis and having to make Jacob Elordi do something fresh. And the way it's really a passive character, but she's still like she evolves her emotions and her feelings so subtly. And of course, everything visually is just stunning with the hair, makeup, costumes, all of that. And Coppola is in every department director and A game in so many ways. So I'm very happy to recognize her here. So now it's time for the big award of the night, Best Picture. To narrow a film year like this down to 10 films for this, it was very difficult. So the three of us are each going to read off our 3 nominees. Starting us off with the unanimous nominee between the 3 of us, we had Oppenheimer. Then my 3 nominees, Fallen Leaves, Perfect Days, and Godzilla -1.
For my 3 nominees, I chose The Zone of Interest, Anatomy of a Fall, and Past Lives.
And last but not least, I chose Colors of the Flower Moon, Asteroid City, and Race Boy Sleeps.
And the winner for the first ever Golden Shot Glass for Best Picture goes to the one, the only, Oppenheimer. Pretty easy decision. I think this has taken home the Best Picture award just about every award show and YouTube podcast this year. And rightfully so. It's just a generational film. This is a generational film that's going to be looked back on as one of the films of the decade that define the decade. That the message is important and honestly very relevant today, unfortunately. So it's a very deep and important film that is brilliantly told so masterfully by Christopher Nolan. And I learned yesterday that it's a sci-fi film and lost a bet, which I'm still not happy about. So Jared and Tilly, go fuck yourself if you're listening.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan. He's a lot of people's favorite director, and I think this is by far his best movie. So it's number 2 on the decade, I think. So it had to be. There was no other choice really. It had to be the winner.
There was, but yeah.
Well, thank you very much for tuning into our award show. We hope that 2024 leaves us with as many great nominees as this year did. So next year's awards hopefully will be on this level. That's to be determined. 2023 was tough competition, but like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that. We have some more episodes coming in for you. Some very great stuff coming soon. So please tune in and check out some of these nominees and winners if you haven't seen them already. Go on.